Well, certainly never look at a gas station attendant's job the same way again. Here are its reviews. Hi there, folks. Welcome back to Rich Review. So my latest film for you guys here now happens to be the most inventive title that I've seen in a while on this channel, and it's called Open 24 Hours. This happened to me 2 years ago at Fantastic Fest. It's been sitting on the shelf. Now with the pandemic raging and streaming services on the rage, we can finally watch this film. This is written and directed by Padraig Reynolds, who happened to make 2 feature films before this. He also happened to make an Arrow short film that I've not seen. And this stars Vanessa Grázey as Mary. The actress here was previously on a film called Leatherface, which I did not see, nor should any of you see. And Mary here is fresh out of prison after burning her boyfriend alive, and sadly didn't take. And we come to learn that, oh yes, her boyfriend happened to be the Rain Killer. She came home one day, came to realize, oh yes, my boyfriend is murdering people, not calling the police because she thinks, oh yes, her boyfriend is going to go after her loved ones, her family. So she does nothing. Any rational person probably would be understanding of that. But of course, as a society, we're not rational like that in any sort of way. And basically, so Mary's out of prison. She's having paranoid delusions. Again, it's an unwelcoming society. Should she be out of prison? I don't really know. In the beginning, she does have these violent flashbacks of her boyfriend drowning someone in the bathtub. Her boyfriend James apparently is played by a guy who's made the round on CW and a couple other shows I have never even heard of. Her parole officer Tom, he's a friendly steward, and he helped get Mary a job at the Deer gas market. And here's the thing, folks, I have no doubt that there's always been some person out there who has not been out at 3 o'clock in the morning, been to one of those gas stations or say a Wendy's or McDonald's and found themselves thinking, what is this person's life like at 3 o'clock in the morning, and knowing that quite frankly that no one is really out there except for the truck drivers and the occasional insomniac. Now, of course, she also has like a friend who is really, why should I mention the friend to begin with? There's also a friendly employee that was on the previous shift. Now, of course, the main plot sets in, and of course, Mary is the generally unreliable narrator because granted, we don't know what really is going on. And granted, oh yes, her first night, it happens to be raining outside. And obviously she's receiving telephone calls. And, you know, a strange woman is coming into the store. Also another trucker as well. For the first hour of this film, I think I was with this film. The problem here is the music really bonks you over the head and is not subtle at all at what it is trying to say. Obviously, yes, setting at a gas station is relatively genius. Why has no one thought of this before? The last 45 minutes of the film goes into a territory that you've seen a million times before. What do you know? The boyfriend escapes. If this film had come out, say, in the 1980s, maybe this thing would be hazily but fondly remembered. Of course, sadly, the bar has been raised so high by horror films over the decades that this thing, granted, would anyone remember this thing in a couple of months? Probably not. Now, obviously, there is indeed one scene late in the film when they go to a junkyard. Isn't this gas station enough? But then again, you have to go out into the junkyard. Also, granted, here's the thing. Horror films almost never, for a very long time, ever dealt with trauma. It was just, okay, here are a bunch of characters, here's the slashing and dicing, the final girl survives, the end. Lately, we've been delving into trauma and realizing, yes, Mary's trauma is all too real, and granted, she's popping pills left and right because, quite frankly, she doesn't want to remember these memories. So at one point she says to Tom, can anyone actually forgive me? He responds by saying no, and granted, he's right, but then again, society has a way of being forgiving in the oddest ways. So in the end, folks, what I'm going to say about Open 24 Hours, basically enough, I'm going to give this a subsequent weekend because I think the opening 2/3 of this is quite good. The last third, standard slasher. So folks, Open 24 Hours, have you seen this? What did you think? Please put everything in the comment box below here, folks. As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, earn yourself some knowledge. I'm at Michael Richards 2 on Twitter. I'll see you next time, folks. Yes, hooray.